Unfortunately, it looks like we've got some controversy from last night's game. According to this tweet from Tom Pelissero, the NFL is reviewing Broncos safety Kareem Jackson's hit on Vikings quarterback Josh Dobbs on Sunday night for potential discipline. Obviously, K-Jack just returned from his 2-game suspension for multiple flagrant fouls of the same nature, so a violation here could trigger another suspension. No flag was thrown on this play, but I do distinctly recall that Terry McCauley, the NBC rules analyst, said this should have been a flag on the TV broadcast. So this is the play in question right here. This is the play where the Vikings had motioned tight end TJ Hawkinson under center and had him flip the ball to Josh Dobbs. Dobbs took it to the perimeter, was trying to lunge forward for the first down here. Kareem Jackson comes in like a heat-seeking missile, and you can see he's already in the motion right here to lower his head. This is trouble from the start for Kareem. He intentionally lowers his head there into kind of the shoulder area there of Dobbs, and it's not the fact that he's going for the shoulder, it's the fact that K-Jack lowered his head. This rule is in place not to protect offensive players, but to protect tacklers, to protect defensive players. You guys can remember back in 2017, Ryan Shazier got injured on kind of a similar play as this, where he went in with his head down and he bruised his spinal cord, was paralyzed, and ultimately never played football again. Those are the kind of hits that the NFL is trying to get out of the game. Again, not necessarily to protect offensive players, but more so to protect the defensive players. And that is exactly the case here with this particular hit on Kareem Jackson. Again, man, he just leads there with the crown of his helmet, and that's going to be... That should have been a foul in game, and wouldn't be surprised at all if Kareem Jackson gets a longer suspension from this. Unfortunately, I do have to reference back here to Vontaze Burfict. Vontaze Burfict was somebody who kind of got on the radar of the NFL league office for multiple flagrant fouls of this nature, and it got to a point where Vontaze Burfict was essentially banned from the NFL. He received a 12-game suspension in 2019, which ended his season when he was with the Las Vegas Raiders, or at the time Oakland Raiders, after he had a really, really bad hit on Jack Doyle. That, of course, was one of multiple flagrant hits on Vontaze Burfict throughout his career. And he got a basically rest of the season suspension, and nobody else signed to that point. After that point, it basically ended his NFL career. Unfortunately, with the way that the NFL league office has kind of been out to get Kareem Jackson, I would not be surprised at all if a similar situation happens here. I hate it for Kareem Jackson. I really, really do, because I feel like he really is trying to play within the bounds of the rules, but it was very clear on this play that he was leading with the crown of his helmet. NFL league office has told him multiple times, both John Runyon, I believe he's the president of player personnel for the NFL, as well as Derek Brooks, they've both tried to tell him, and Kareem definitely feels frustrated because he feels like there's a certain lack of clarity from the NFL on hits like this, and I agree there's a lack of clarity and a lack of consistency, but it seems Kareem Jackson has basically been singled out by the NFL, and as sucky as this situation is, I really feel like the NFL could come in and significantly hammer down punishment on Kareem Jackson in form of a suspension for the rest of the season, which would probably effectively end his NFL career, unfortunately. Absolute crappy situation, and it's one that really exposes a lot of flaws in the NFL, in my opinion. All right, Broncos country, I'm curious, do you guys think that the NFL is going to lay the hammer down and suspend Kareem Jackson for an extended period of time? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the bell, so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support, helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.